With the clock being called, back to the action. A few folds.
And it's folded around to El Paya, and he picks up ace-king. Big hand here. On the button. Going to raise it up, makes it 65,000 to go.
Now Joe Sirach, who is in the small blind, has a Jack-10. Does he want to invest a little bit more?
This is the easy-going skateboarder.
Yeah, he loves to skateboard.
So I'm skateboarding around the parking lot before this final table
I
starts.
love that. Stay loose. He says he has no particular home. He just travels the world.
He's thinking about 3-betting here or folding, but no, he's just going to call.
And now Moon Kim with a Jack-8.
Well, he's making the call also.
Yep.
So three-way action here. El Paya out in front with the ace-king.
And here comes the first three. Oh, it's ace, 9, deuce. Beautiful for El Paya. Hitting aces with a king kicker.
Dream flop for El Paya there. No straight draw, no flush draw really out there.
They both check in front of him, and El Paya with the continuation bet of 80,000. And Sirach now goes out.
Oh, look at this. Moon is check raising here, Vince. I think he is steaming because the guy called the clock on him the last hand.
Well, you could be right. He's taking a shot here, saying maybe that was just a continuation bet by El Paya. I'm going to find out where I am, but El Paya, of course, going to stick around. Aces with top kicker makes the call. Turn card coming up.
4 comes up on the turn.
Nothing card. Moon Kim's going to try it again.
Quickly bets 200,000.
You would think you would learn your lesson, though, when the guy calls you on the flop. Maybe not.
El Paya is afraid he flopped aces and deuces or aces and 9s, possibly even 3 deuces, but still, I don't see you going anywhere here with ace-king.
El Paya doesn't have that many chips left, and he's going to make this call very strong, very solid. River card is...
Now 7 of diamonds comes off.
Safe card.
So a nothing card comes up.
Oh, boy. Moon Kim with tilt chips, it appears.
Those are $100,000 plaques he's putting out there, and he's essentially setting El Paya all in right here.
With absolute zip and pip, and El Paya is squirming.
Deuces. Ace, deuce, 9.
Now, Vince, he's a pro player. He's got to understand that this guy was angry the hand before when he called the clock. He's just trying to get him back here now. If he's got you beat, he's just got you beat. I don't see how you can lay this hand down under the circumstances of what just happened.
He got aces with the king kicker. You pay that off, but you can't fold his hand.
You just don't think amateurs are going to make bluffs at you for this size.
He shows it, and he's going to let it go. And Moon Kim is going to show the bluff.
Not a good fold. I got bluff, boys.
He's going to put the salt in the wound.
Stone bluff by the Moon Man.
Oh, man, the moon went for the total eclipse, and it paid off.
Well, Vince, El Paya made a mistake there. He lost control of the hand.
Kranich from Germany with a 7-6. Makes it 700,000 to go.
Well, Vince, his conservative play is going out the door now. He's going to get aggressive from here. As you can see, he's raising here with the 7 high, but called by Justin out of the big blind with the king jack.
Flop time.
Yeah, flop is ace queen 4. With 2 clubs, Justin's going to check his straight draw.
And let's see if the German will continue the larceny. Yes, he's going to try. 925,000.
Give him credit, Vince. He's trying to win this pot, but Justin has made the call for 925,000 with just a straight draw. He's got the best hand with king high.
All right, to the turn we go with 3 diamonds.
Action's on Justin. He's got the ace high straight draw, but the 3 gave Moritz a 7 high straight draw. He needs a gut shot 5.
Both slow down, and neither player gets a card as the 8 of hearts hits on the river.
Again, Justin checks the king high. The German is reaching for chips. He knows it's the only way he can win this pot is to try to bluff at it. He's doing it, Vince. He's betting over $1.5 million on a stone cold bluff.
That is a lot of heart there by the German to push that in right now.
Oh, this is kind of weird.
Well, this would be the call of the tournament, no doubt, if Justin Smith, Boosted J, should happen to call this.
Well, Vince, if you talk to European players, they tell you German players are great mathematical players, but they lack heart. This guy doesn't lack heart here as he bets over $1.5 million on a bluff. Well, he called him earlier with just a king high. Remember when he thought he might have a straight draw or flush draw? Had he done it here, he'd won that pot, but he didn't. Oh, and look at this, Vince. He's showing him the bluff. Wow.
Oh boy, get the salt shaker out, rub it around, throw it into that cut.
And Vince, I'll tell you one thing.
I had no pair.
That was a bold play right there by the German. Even though Justin said he had no pair, which he didn't, but still, to bet over $1.5 million on the river when you got called before the flop and on the flop with just 7 high, that shows me a lot of
Decisions
moxie.
that you have to make against those types of players, the better off you are. And one of those players, Philip Grusom, has Queen Jack suited and has raised it to 4,500. Philip currently calling London home. Has played other high roller events, including the 2013 PCA, 100K buy-in. He finished 5th there for 400,000.
Philip is known as a high roller specialist. The last couple of years, he's absolutely dominated the high roller circuit.
Tony G has called from the small blind with 10-9 offsuit over to Quas in the big with King-9. He accepts an invitation.
Don't expect to find Tony's play here in any poker book, kind of playing his own style.
Well, if it's in a book, it'll be his own. 3-way action to the flop, which is deuced by Jack.
Not much of a flop for anyone besides the opener, Philip Grusom, who flops a pretty good hand with top pair.
Try telling that to Tony G, who is led into the field here for 7,000.
Very odd play from Tony, leading out of position into 2 very talented players here. One of them who is the pre-flop aggressor in Philip Grusom.
And Philip just calls. Why not raise?
You know, I don't think your hand is necessarily strong enough to raise, and I just think, you know, most players have been playing a little bit more passively post-flop, allowing their opponents to bluff into them and making it so that they can play weaker hands the same way that they play some of their strong hands.
Action on the turn went check-check after a 3rd spade hit the board. On the river, the board pairs.
A little surprised that Philip didn't bet the turn here. He doesn't have a spade in his hand, and Tony showed some weakness by checking the turn.
25.
And Tony bets 25,000 with 10 high.
This bet is going to make Philip think that Tony's hand is polarized.
Tony.
Which basically means that Tony either has a stronger hand than Philip,
That flush, so.
maybe a flush or a straight, or potentially is bluffing.
Remember, each player only had 100,000 upon entry. 25,000 is a pretty sizable representation of that original stack.
Why are you not betting the turn? It's a good turn for you.
Yeah, I think that's one of the keys to this situation right now. If Philip wants to call, he's got to put about a quarter of his remaining chips into the pot and hope that Tony G is just bluffing.
Okay, you got it.
And wow, Philip Grusom lays down and Tony gives him a look at the bluff, 10-9.
Oh, I didn't connect anywhere. That was a good turn for you. It was. It gave me hope. I was committed to that pot. Nice hand. I didn't have any option on the end, right? I mean, I had to do something.
Max, Philip, and Fabien looking like hungry lions as Tony shows his very unorthodox and somewhat fishy line.
Majored in biological engineering at Cornell University, so a bright kid. And he is going to raise it on the button here, 80,000 with the 10-8 offsuit.
Boy, Corkins quickly folding, but Jonathan wants revenge. He's got King-7, makes the call.
Well, Vince, you got to say these guys are playing. They're fighting for the pots for sure. Well, flop comes 10-9-4. Jerry has flopped top pair here, but it's Jonathan who's reaching for chips to do the betting.
Starting to steam off here a little bit.
Well, Vince, he took a bluffing pill a minute ago. Certainly a playing pill because he's playing every hand in every pot now.
It's been 130.
Well, he's going to make the call.
See the discomfort of Jonathan Cantor. Turn card's a queen of spades.
Well, that no help to either player. Does give Jonathan a gut shot straight draw. He checks.
Jerry gonna check behind him.
Well, deuce of diamonds comes off on the river. And look at this, Vince. Jonathan with just a king high is reaching for chips. 205,000. And there you see the disgust in Jerry's face right now, thinking his 2 10s are beat.
So weird.
Jonathan's gonna try to bully through the young guy.
He's afraid his opponent Got queen, jack, king, queen, 2 pair.
Jack 10.
He's trying to figure out all the hands that can beat his 2 10s. But as we can see, Jonathan has absolutely nothing.
Like Jack 10, King 10.
You know, agony for the 24-year-old right now.
Terrible spot. I don't know if you've ever bluffed me.
Well, the interesting thing is the perception of Jonathan Cantor early on was so tight and solid. Perhaps this will work. Little do they know this guy has changed gears before our very eyes.
Well, we talk about changing gears. He
gonna
has
work.
stripped gears, Vince. Certainly bluffs him there.
Show one. I'm using my one time.
You want to see it?
I want my one time.
You want to see it?
My one time.
Oh!
Yes, sir.
That just adds to the pain, doesn't it, Vince?
Salt in the wound there.
You made one bluff.